My friend Jack started learning Blender recently, which, if you don't know, is a 3D program. Um, animation, building, and modeling, and whatever type program. And it's really geeky and has lots of hard um, hotkeys and stuff. I hate making tutorials, but I think I'll make him one just for the basics. You might also like to watch the tutorial um, if you're new, but if your name's not Jack, then don't come back. Okay, this is my tutorial for my friend. Um, I forgot I use Blender. Oh, okay, I've enabled this little guy down here that shows my keystrokes. So that way I don't have to constantly go, okay, now I'm pressing Control and Shift and Alt all at once and dragging this. So, let's make it quick because I know tutorials are boring and nobody likes to watch them. And I'm pretty boring myself, so I don't want to make you bored. You've got your default cube, and most tutorials will tell you to delete that. So, but let's not listen to them. Let's undo that action. This is object mode, solid line around your object. You can hit Z to toggle into wireframe. You can hit Shift Z? No. Alt Z? Yeah, that goes into like a shaded mode, different shader mode. You can also control that here. There's rendered mode. That's what it looks like rendered. We've got some sort of cartoony line thing going on. Don't worry about that. Hit Z. Z. Let's work on this. So here's your box. If you hit tab, you go into vertex edit mode rather than object mode. That can also be controlled down here. Sculpt mode, vertex paint, weight paint, texture paint. We'll mess with that later. But anyway, here you can right click a vertex, hit G to grab it, hit left mouse button, boom. So grab. Now that's a really ugly face. You would never want to have a face like that. So I think that'll work. Yeah, insert a face there. That's polygonal modeling. Um, Otherwise, you've got a four-sided shape, which isn't really can't exist in 2D. That's sort of an esoteric point, but anyway, there. Back to our cube. So, what are some fun things? Well, subdividing. That's always good. Getting out of perspective mode. That's always good. Hitting 1 to go to front view. That's always good. Hit I hit A to deselect everything. If you're not sure you've got something selected, just hit A. If you want it all selected, hit A again. So I'm going to hit B to make a box. I'm going to delete these vertices. Oh, and we've got this thing selected, so it only selected what I saw. So let's try that again. B, X to delete, vertices. Now we go to this guy here, modifier, little monkey wrench. We're going to do a mirror. Just a nice little trick if you're a beginner. There. Now it will do everything to the right, which it does to the left. Probably want clipping. That means that these two vertices along this loop cut will be joined. Otherwise, what you get, you go like this. Grab, see what's going on. Grab. It's splitting. You might want that. For now, we'll do that. Let's make it so we can see that. Now we can manipulate this side too. Alright, what else do we want to do that's basic? I suppose we should probably teach you to extrude. You can go into face mode down here. This is faces. That means you can grab a face. It's line mode. You can grab a line. Or you can hit shift and grab multiple lines. Or if you hit alt and select, you select the whole edge loop. Now it won't work on the square side because it doesn't know to go left or right at this vertice. So that's enough about that for now. Let's grab that face, hit E to extrude it. Yeah, there, just like it says in the tin, extrudes. Now I've right-clicked to let go of it, so there's really, that face is there, but so we've extruded it. Now if we hit scale, we can scale it down, extrude it again. Now we got like a little dumbbell looking thing, except actually it's reverse. So let's select all, and we've unclipped clipping. And I'm going to go into object mode and just, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go into edit mode. Yes, I'm going to grab this, and I want to constrain it on the X, so while I've got it grabbed, I'm just going to hit X for constraining it on the X axis, and then hit left mouse button to place it. Right mouse button would let go, and it would snap back to where it was. Now I'm going to rotate it on the Y axis, so I hit R, Y, and then I'm going to rotate it 180. Now I'm going to re-enable clipping, and I'm going to move this guy back. See, he's joining up, so, because I want to make a dumbbell, I guess. Now what I've done is I've done that, but I know there's a face in there that I forgot to delete. You can see it, because you can't see through it. So I'm going to go into face mode. I'm in face mode. Where is that face? Did it yeah. So get rid of that face, because otherwise later on things get kind of nasty. Especially if you subdivide it, it'll think that there's a thing there, two faces rather than one. Alright, I'm going to close up this end here. So I'm going to go to line mode, click that line, hit face, F for face, there. Now that's closed. Now we have a nice neat geometry dumbbell. I'm going to apply this mirror effect. Oops. Go into object mode, hit apply. I'm going to get rid of this edge loop because I don't need it anymore. Delete edge loop. Now I'm going to do something. I'm going to subdivide this to get more of a dumbbell shape. And you're like, wait a minute, it's all mushroom looking. So you just go Control R to make a edge loop. I'm going to make 2, and then I'm going to scale this on the X. Oh, there, nice and defined. You could even you hit Alt to select that loop, that loop, that loop, and you can scale it. And if you hit Shift X, that will scale it down on the X, but not scale it. It'll scale it down on everything but the X axis. So same if I hit scale Shift Z, it's gonna adjust the X. Well, let's do this. Scale. Yeah, see if I just scale it, see what it's doing. It's pulling it in towards the center. So if I hit scale Shift X, it'll just adjust the width. So I mean we could add other loop. Well, what do we call them here? Bevel cuts, I guess. You know, to sharpen it up. And if we wanted, put that there. Go back to that view. Vertex, box. If we want to, oops. Delete that half. Delete those vertices. Now we can again use our mirror up here. And now we've got our mirror back, so if I wanted to like add even more loop cuts. Now you might be going, oh, why is it all square looking? Well, that's just the way you're viewing it. Don't hit smooth vertex. That'll make it smooth out whatever's selected. What we want to do, go into object mode. You can find this in edit mode too, but shading over here, smooth, there. Now you're like, oh, but it's still all angly, but at least renders smooth. If you're making a video game, you probably want it to look like this. If you're making a render, you probably want to just crank this subsurface up a few times. There you go. Dumbbell. Tutorial over. I hope you are all going to go forward and become professional 3D modelers now. And then come and work for me when you're done for free.